Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversation. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
Don't see what's yours for the taking tonight. Ooh, show me your soul, baby. I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Can't you see it's way past time? How expensive do I have to be? I mean, I spell it out before you get it, baby. Show me your soul, and honey, I'll show you. I'll show you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, happy Thursday. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michael Sarris, and today is the 22nd day of April. You want to hear it in Spanish? Wait, enero, febrero, marzo. Enero, febrero, marzo, mayo. I don't know. Man, how come I can't remember? Abril. 22. I'm practicing because we're going back to Mexico in a few months, and I need to bone up. I'm quite fluent, clearly not. Anyway, I knew I should have paid attention in Spanish in 7th grade. You know what I mean? Right. I knew it, but I was like, when am I going to use Spanish? Right. So anyway, I don't have any light on me. Wait a minute. Where's the magic one? There it is. Okay. Good morning, everybody. See how I took 10 years off? Watch your mouth. I can hear. I got scratching here. I got to scratch the screen. I can hear everything y'all saying. Just letting you know. You took the shot, didn't you? You took the vaccine? You got 5G in you. I can hear you now. I'm kidding. We have a family member that believes that. She ain't even speaking to us right now for taking the vaccine. Right. Whatever. I don't know what she's talking about. That's some 5G. Follow your leader. What was that? Oh, I'm just kidding. See, never know. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding y'all. I swear. I was like, those people so silly. And then the minute I'd had the vaccine, you know, they make you sit there for 15 minutes before they let you leave. Soon as my foot hit the parking lot, I stepped outside. I was taking my mask off. I went, oh, Lord. Don't tell me I just took the mark of the beast, right? And this right. So anyway, I rebuke all that stuff. I'm feeling great inside and out. How are you? We are working our way through a stellar week here on Bathrobe Moments. And today, you know, I'm so excited. I love it when we have our celebrities here and you know, a lot of people who have been telling their stories and are old pros at it. But I really get thrilled when we have someone like today's guest, a young man by the name of LENWOOD, COCHRAN Jr., right? Junior. Come here, Junior. Junior, get in here and bring me the remote, Junior. Right? LC. I bet you they call him LC. No, they don't call you LC. Get in here, LC. So anyway, he's a young man. I just can't wait to get to know him better today and introduce you so you all can get to know each other. He came to me through my good friend, Jason Cisneros. And Jason, we're very respectful, I guess you could say, of, you know, because we're both so very busy. But when we send somebody at each other, one or the other, we know it's a humdinger, right? Because so as soon as Jason said, there's this guy I met on Clubhouse, his name is LENWOOD, and immediately I knew he should be on your show, Bathrobe Moments. So that's all I had to hear. So he's here today, and I want you to help me, if you could, welcome my sidekick before she sues me for not mentioning her name. She tried that. We were wrapped up in court for 3 weeks last year, right? This is her, Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo, my version of Ed McMahon. And today we're drinking, we went back to, what's it called? Hold on, here comes another dialect. What was it? What? Wait, senior moment. Hold on, wait for it. Jamaican me crazy. That's what it is. I'm drinking Jamaican me crazy. And clearly it worked. Cray. So, I'm so excited. I'm not even gonna waste any more time talking about, let me see. Oh, Bella Purpose. There it is. That's the last order of business before we get young cock LC in here. This is the Bella. I see you in the green room. This is the Bella Purpose, which means that when you hear it ring, it's all of our opportunity, not just mine, not just yours. It's all of our opportunity to be a part of something greater than ourselves. What that means is somebody is saying something that's worthy of a oorah. Okay, Hercules. So that means back the car up. Just because you pass something and see it out the corner of your eye in the middle of the road don't mean it's roadkill. If you back up, at least during this hour, you're going to find something that you can use for some soul feel. Fill your soul with it. Because what's our theme this year? Let me hear you say it. Yeah, I heard you, Sherry McQueen. Show me your soul, and I'll show you mine. That's about the conversation. That's about sharing those things we've done in the light and bringing out those things we've done in the dark. Have the conversation, because in order to forgive the world, we have to learn how to forgive ourselves. And talking about it is the best way to get started. Can I get an amen? I hear you, and I feel you. So you know what we do at this point. We pour our hearts into this. We really do. And we put our hearts on the screen. Put our hearts on the screen. Y'all help him. It's his first time. Brain, come on in here, little LC. Come on, LC. Here you come. Come in here, baby. Come here. Oh, look at he.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, look at that smile. He looks so good this morning. I'm just playing. Yeah, you got a lot of aunts in your family, women.
No, well, yeah, I do actually. I do.
I know when you, I hate to say this, and the white folks are probably gonna be like, I can't believe he said, but you know, they say, ooh, she got the prettiest little chocolate baby. You know, did you ever hear that? Did you ever hear that?
I've heard it several times, yeah.
And I'm just going to tell you, I'm jealous. I always wanted to be the exact color that you are.
Oh, wow.
I did. I used to ask my mom, where's the rest of my color?
That is so funny.
I did.
Oh,
I've
man.
always loved dark-skinned African-American people.
Thank you.
I know that was,
you.
you're like, why in the world? It's your first show, so I'm putting you through your paces.
It is.
LENWOOD, I love your smile. I love your laugh. It's so robust. You're a happy man, and we're going to find out how and why today. Tell everybody. Oh, let me just, Lord, I forgot my manners. Here's what I have. LENWOOD COCHRAN Jr. is from Cleveland, Ohio. He's born and raised there. Currently, he's living in Atlanta, GA, the dirty South, working at a homeless shelter. Oh, a few years ago, you could have been telling me which bunk to take. We'll talk about that. Right. I was in it. Homeless shelter, and he's currently in the process of being a detention officer for Fulton County. Yep, you would have. I could have met you there too. He became a motivational speaker gamer. Now, if that isn't interesting, through Clubhouse, because he has a deep passion for helping people, and he feels that it's his calling. Also, he enjoys, of course, playing those video games, and he uses that platform of gaming to utilize motivational speaking. I love it. He enjoys watching anime, reading. Oh, manga. I got a guy to connect you with that just did a comic book.
Okay, nice.
Manga, and it's an African-American one. I think
Nice.
it's the very first one. I had never heard of that until him. Wow. He likes reading positive mental attitude books, and he loves being a kick-ass dad, he says, to his beautiful 3-year-old princess. And I love that. And so she's 3. She's a little grown woman, ain't she?
I'm trying to tell you.
I don't love them at 3 because they think, you know. And does she have all the little click-clacks and things in her hair, all them barrettes?
No, she likes to take them out of her hair and tries to throw them around and play with them, unfortunately. So we try to keep them out of her hair.
What's her name?
Her name is Chase.
Chase, I love it. 3 years old.
Yeah, man. She was actually born on the same day as my mother's birthday, so they both share the same birthday now.
Oh, that's great. So when you look at her,
I see me. Just want to put that out there. I see me.
You do? She a little chocolate baby too?
She is.
Oh.
She really is.
Oh, she got them cheeks.
She does still. Yeah, she does.
Oh, you're so blessed. I love babies. I stand out in my driveway just watching the children on our cul-de-sac. And I even mentioned it one day how I love watching them because they remind me of the unbridled joy of play. Something we lose as we get older. We just don't play. They can run around. It can be freezing cold. They ain't got no coats on. Don't never catch a cold. You know, they can pick up a stick and turn it into a world of fun for an hour or two. And I just watch them and I marvel and I go, you know, boy, I need to bring play back into play. So
yeah, true.
What's the greatest thing you feel that you've learned in the last 3 years, Cochran, from LENWOOD Cochran? Agent Cochran, Officer Cochran.
Oh gosh.
Okay, Officer CO Cochran. There you go. Get used to it. What would you say is the greatest thing that you've learned from being a dad in the last 3 years? What did you did not see coming that today you can't live without?
You know, loving myself more and practicing self-love and self-care daily. Little known fact, the moment I got a chance to see my little girl hold it for the first time, I instantly just shattered like glass.
You did.
And it was a surreal experience, very surreal. Just a little background about that. I know in route of becoming a dad, I endured 3 miscarriages. I had 2 before we had our child, and then the 3rd one right after. And this month marks a year since the 3rd child was taken thanks to COVID. So that's why I encourage everybody to just do your due diligence, you know, mask up, you know, hand sanitize, keep your distance.
Now this is the first I've heard. What do you mean you lost the child because of COVID?
Yeah, so what happened was last year when I was working for the state, I ended up getting sick like the morning of my shift. I ended up exuberating all of the symptoms. I'm talking about I woke up in a pool full of sweat. I had uncontrollable shivers. My fever was 102. I lost my sense of taste and smell. I was like physically fatigued, like the whole night. I had everything. And so what ended up happening was, you know, the mother of my child and my daughter, we all ended up getting sick simultaneously at the same time.
All of you contracted COVID.
All of us did, correct. But truth be told, we didn't know. I mean, we knew that, you know, since she was pregnant, but we didn't know how far along she was. And she couldn't go to the doctor because, you know, COVID was running rampant at an all-time high. And so what ended up happening was she finally got through to a hospital. And we went over there, Northside Hospital in Sandy Springs, as a matter of fact. We went over there, and I was in the parking lot waiting, and I was like, something is like really wrong. It's like, I don't understand this feeling, what's going on. and I saw her walking to the car crying, and I was like, "Don't tell me, don't." I'm like, "Please don't tell me like what I'm thinking is very true." And I know we lost it. It didn't grow past 2 months because she had a high fever of 103.
Oh,
And I mean, it was disheartening, man. I can't even lie to you about that. I mean, when I do see my little girl and I do see her playing, I sometimes envision her playing with another sibling or two. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
And
ooh. You're gonna make me put on a robe. I was trying to be cute today. I've been, I've been
yeah, man.
in the health club.
Yeah, man. But
Right.
it's
I gotta get a robe.
challenge. Yeah, please, because your robe.
Yeah. Oh, what you saying? You told me I shouldn't be trying to put this on the air, huh? Keep going, keep going. Okay, keep going. I'm listening.
Yeah, okay, no problem. It's not easy, but it gets more manageable by the day. Does that make sense?
It does.
And so I have to remember who's in control, who's in charge, and I have to just trust the process. That's God.
Okay, just making sure.
That's God. Come on, come on now. Come on.
Right.
No,
I'll ring the bell.
I got you. But I have to remember that He's in control and His plan supersedes our own.
Amen.
You know, and so I just leave it at that. And I move forward knowing that I am a father of four, even though one is physically in this world. But I move forward knowing I am a father of four. Does that mean, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I do. You know, okay, Dano, I see you trying to talk. Oh, Jason's here.
Oh, what's up, Jason?
Why you get all
How
this
you doing, man?
I came on the screen. You went, oh, hey, Lauren. Jason comes like, hey. You know, y'all just playing with me. Y'all, for real, you and Jason. I'm just kidding. And what? Let me ask you something about that.
Sure.
You know, actually, you're the very first male that I've heard speak to that sense of loss from a miscarriage. You usually hear the women, you know, because of course they were once one person.
Yeah.
But the dads, you never get to hear that. So let me ask you something. So when you look at your little girl, your princess, do you feel that this, you know, look what it took to get to you? You know, man, what is in there with you? You got, I'd be looking at her like, come here. I'd be looking, because I do that with little kids. I get right down there on the ground where they at, and I'd be like, so what's going on in there? And they're like, we'll tell you. Well, I'm like, for real?
Right.
I
sure
asked,
do.
got any imaginary friends? Because, you know, excuse me, I had imaginary friends also. And I know now some of them were my angels because I met them. I've met them now as an adult. Sure. Absolutely. I got a book right now. Right here. Want to see it?
Sure.
Wait, want to see it? Here it is. In the color. So, yeah, the angels within us. And it's a spiritual guide to the 22 angels that govern our lives. Now, when I bought this book, I was like, ooh, 22 angels. But what God told me the next day was, you don't see the correlation, Lauren? I was like, what? He said, 22 angels. And how many moms did you have? I was like, 22. He was like, read the book. And now I have 5 of my angels. And I got whatever 22 minus 5 equals. Because I can't figure it out without counting on my fingers. It was public school's fault. That's 17. It took you a minute, though. I ain't impressed. It took you a minute. If you looked off, you was like, carry the 4, by 2.
Come on, man.
I already know. 1, 2, 3, 4. But anyway, 22 angels, 22 mothers. Excuse me. So, tell me this. Tell us a little bit about your backstory. Were you raised in a home with both parents, single parent? How was it?
Well, I am the oldest of 6, and we were raised in a house with both parents.
Better be with that many cheering. and where are you in the pecking order, Linwood?
I'm the oldest.
Oh, so everybody looked up to Linwood.
I'm up top.
and so take us down through it. Linwood, and how many boys, how many girls?
3 boys, pause, 3 girls in. So I'm me, then my brother Daniel, then my baby brother David, and then my older girl Stephanie, the middle sister Janice, and then the baby sister Jamie.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's that like when all of you get together?
You know, it's like we never missed a beat. We could be separate for 5 years and pick up like we never left. You know, I love it, man. And oh man, we had some battles growing up. I remember we was, in the heart of the mid-90s watching WWF wrestling and things of that nature. We would all like sit down in front of the TV in the living room and just watch wrestling. Sometimes we would pretend like I was The Rock and Stone Cold and Triple H and, Deborah, China, all of them, man. It was fun.
I remember her. She had a jawline like a man.
Whew, man, I'm telling you.
I would not want to tussle with her, period. Real. She scared me. I remember China.
Right.
She looked like she was 7 feet tall.
Robbie was. You never know, man.
Remember them in them arms? Remember them biceps?
Yeah, she was built, man. Very built. Very built. Sheesh.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember quite a few times we would end up like, go on commercial break, run to the bathroom real quick, run to the kitchen, grab some more sex to come back in like, hey, y'all, come on, it's back on, hurry up. We'll sit down and just continue just watching it all the way through, man. It was so fun. Now, the one downfall is that when you're little, you want to try to emulate the moves. And we were, doing that on each other. Well, the boys did anyway. The girls, they tried. But the boys, we ended up putting each other in the sharpshooter, the pedigree, the rock bottom, the people's elbow, the choke slam, the leg drop. We did it all, man. We did it all. Yeah, we did it all, man. We did it all.
So you guys were close.
Very close.
Stayed at home. Now, were you in a rural area or were you in a city? I'm taking this somewhere. So
no, you're fine. I would say a rural area.
Okay.
Very much a rural area, yeah.
The reason I was asking is because I love to set the stage for where a young person of color had to navigate their early portions of the journey.
Right.
And the reason I wanted to know that is because I'm going to ask you now, and if you're not comfortable responding, I totally respect that.
Right.
But I love for people to be able, and myself too, to get to hear from someone who's actually inside of that paradigm. As a young Black man and a father,
right?
You may not have a boy, but you have a girl, and I'm you know where I'm headed here with what's happening. That's every day. It's another young Black person killed. It's in the whole story. And I just wonder how and because how old are you, Lenwood? If I can.
I just turned 36 this past March.
Oh boy. I don't know what was in your formula, but it's well, Black don't crack. So you look. I thought you were going to say 26.
Oh wow! I receive it. Thank you.
I know that's right. I know that's right. So how does it feel as still compared to me, a young Black man, when you hear all this stuff? And we had the verdict just a few days ago.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it's very heartbreaking to me. Everybody's like, he got what he had coming, and this and the other, but I look at that and I have to pray for the people that are coming down that same pathway as that officer, and young people of all colors that are coming down that same pathway headed for people like him. And I wonder how you feel. Is there ever any fear when you're by yourself? How do you process this? And do you ever feel like it's around you, or you know what I'm saying? Or is it just something you hear about in the news? How does it speak to your spirit?
It's funny because being held up twice at gunpoint in my life is, puts a different spin on different things.
Oh.
First of all, I want to touch on a child real quick.
Okay.
I felt liberated, but also at the same time, I felt a sense of unease and nervousness, because what would have happened if that 17-year-old girl, and I'm going to just throw the whole rainforest at her today, what if she didn't pull out the phone and record that? Then what would have happened? Or what would have happened if he was given a slap on the wrist? Then what? You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking about that too.
Right. You got to think. I was definitely thinking about that. So, I mean, it's crazy because we are alive just like they are. We're living just like you are. Breathing, same color blood. It doesn't matter the skin complexion, the creed, your religion, race. It doesn't even matter.
Correct.
There should be no reason as to why that man died. No reason. Thank you. No reason at all, man. I mean, you know, and then try to justify why you've done so for what, you know, and it's just we just can't rest on. Yes, sir, Jason, my boy. We can't rest on our laurels. Don't do
No,
that.
I
We
know,
don't
I
don't
know.
don't
Like,
don't,
that's
don't
not
do
like,
that. I know,
uh,
but we can't rest on our laurels. We have to continue to fight. We have to continue to press on, because shortly thereafter, a 15-year-old was shot and killed in Columbus, Ohio.
I know,
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
And so that's why you can't. I mean, you can celebrate the liberation for the family.
But
You
the
can
fight
celebrate the
still,
liberation for the culture, but you also have to keep your head on the swivel and say, look, this just happened. So we got to go focus on this. You know what I'm saying?
right?
And for my personal perspective as a black man living in this country, um, I know for a fact that, you know, it's crazy out here for us, especially as black men. You know, I know it's ridiculous for us, man. But I walk forward knowing that I am being guided by the Most High. I
Eh,
walk forward knowing that I am being protected. I walk forward knowing that I am confident in what He has in store for me.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? I
mhm.
walk forward without that kind of fear of living my life. You
Right.
know, I'll give you a quick backstory real quick. First time I got held up at gunpoint was by the police.
Oh, wait
And
a minute. Let me let you take that one. Start with that. Yeah.
excuse me. So this was when I was in high school. I was a sophomore at the time. And my neighbors down the street, they got into it, called the police. And the description was a black man wearing a white tee with green jogging pants. This was at night, mind you. And so I was that night wearing a white t-shirt with blue jogging pants, but at night they looked green. And so I remember walking to the store with a very good friend of mine who I'm still close with to this day. Excuse me. And my next neighbor, I had a crush on her, so you know, I mean, it is what it is now.
Mm,
um, and as soon as we got to the corner, I saw 4 unmarked cars pull up on me, and y'all telling me to get down, and they have their guns to me. Now, mind you, when something goes on like that, and you know where you live, you know people are gonna come like wondering what the heck's going on.
mhm.
So I got slammed, I got thrown to the ground, and was told to stay still, don't move. And I heard a click over my head, and it was the gun pointing directly in my head, like I felt it like right here. Can't
And
make it up.
cocked.
Yeah, I can't make it up. Can't make it up.
No, but the gun.
Yes, I can't make it up.
Ooh.
Excuse me. And so they went through my pockets. All I had on me was my house key, my a Nintendo 64 cartridge, because you know I got borrowed it from my friends, so I got it back from them, and
Mm.
like a $10 bill. Going to the corner store, grab some snacks, coming back, no big deal. And so they picked me up, slammed me on the hood of the car, put me in cuffs, and they was about to take me downtown to process me. Parents were outside, siblings were outside. Basically, the whole street was outside wondering what the hell was going on.
Right.
And you know how it is back then, especially in the 90s, when you live in an area and you close to everybody and everybody's your family. It
Yeah.
was one of those instances. So everybody was wondering like what the hell's going on.
Get your hands off him. What y'all
Exactly.
doing?
That's what I heard exactly. Seriously. And this was an act of God, because had this officer not looked, I'd have been taken downtown. He was like, yo, we got the wrong guy. They was like, what are you talking about? He was like, description was black male, white tee, green jogging pants. His blue, but at night he looked green.
Right.
Excuse me. And so they ended up releasing me, and all I got was, "Hey, we're sorry. Have a good night." That's all I got. Went home. Everybody checking on me, seeing how I was doing. I was literally visibly shaking
You think?
in into my dining room. Like I'm over here, like my leg is moving, hands moving. Like I couldn't stop shaking because I was shook. And so I just went upstairs. You know, I mean, I was in my mother's arm because she was crying. My dad he was pissed. He was upset, wondering why the hell this happened. And went upstairs, took a shower, and went to sleep. You know, and then the next day, I went outside. Everybody's asking what's going on. I told them, and the person that they actually called, I actually know the guy. I'm still close to him to this day. You know what I'm saying? He used to cut our hair, my brother's hair, not back then. And him and his sister came down. They apologized to me because they was like, okay, well, we don't want you to get in trouble or anything else like that. So we're sorry about that. I mean, of course, I was still pissed. I was still mad, but I was like, look, I mean, it's okay, I guess. I mean, what could you do at that point?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But my dad, he's like, I'm proud of you. I'm like, why? He said, because you were just held at gunpoint last night and now you're back outside. I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're not allowing that situation to affect you from you living your life. I said, of course not. I got a lot to do out here. I'm still having fun. As I'm going outside playing football in the street.
But
I'm going outside playing football in the street.
But let me ask you, Linwood, did you ever, the click of that gun?
Mm-hmm.
When you relate that story, even today, all these years later, do you hear it just like you did in the moment? Is that something one can? Does it get further away from you as time goes by, or does it always seem like it was just a few minutes ago?
Goes away further as time goes by.
Okay. Well, what about when you hear these stories that didn't turn out as well as yours?
Yeah.
What goes through your mind then? Do you find yourself being transported back to your situation that went one direction but could have went the other? Does that ever go through there?
Very rarely it does. I remember like the first 2 years after that incident, it was like just like that. Just like that. Just like that. Yeah. But I had to tell myself, I said, listen, I got to shake this. I'm still trying to do this, and this. I got football practice. I'm trying to do this, and this. And it's like I talked myself out of it. And I wasn't aware that I had that ability until like maybe after I graduated high school. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I can do this,
That's so interesting. And I really appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing that. First person that I've talked to that actually experienced a situation that could have gone one way or the other. I want to go to a commercial break for just a second. And when we return, if it's okay, I'd like to ask you about what you've done already or what you plan to do about having the conversation with your little princess about what she may encounter because she has brown skin. We're going to get into that and more when we return. Don't go away. Good morning, and we're back. I just want to send shout outs to some of the people that I've seen come in since the start of the show. Clifton, how are you? And Jill Setzer, so good to see you. Virginia, Rose Hodges, welcome. Jason Cisneros, Jeanette Ramos, and the rest of you who I acknowledge, and I'm grateful you're here. God bless you for joining us and pouring in. We're sharing our souls today with each other and with this young man, Mr. LENWOOD COCHRAN Jr. LC. If you don't get down here and bring me the remote, boy. So anyway.
Don't do that. It brings back memories. Shit.
I know it do. I know I do. That's the one thing I regret about not having kids. I got to walk 10 feet to pick up the remote. You know, my mom called me from a softball game all the way down the street once.
Wow.
Yelled out the door, come here. Right. And then to go look around the house for the remote. I was so, I was like, and she, and better not say nothing about it. You want to live. So, anyway, man. But speaking of parental privileges,
yes,
one of those privileges is pouring into our children. And sometimes those conversations are difficult. So before break, I kind of alluded to what we were going to talk about now, if it's okay.
Yeah.
That conversation that parents of color. I remember last year, right around this time, maybe sometime during the year last year, I know it was during COVID, there was that piece on Facebook and Instagram that went viral with the couple, and they were like, how do you know, put a finger up?
Yeah.
Put a finger up about white privilege and this and the other. Have you ever been stopped? Have you someone ever got off an elevator when they saw you getting in? And, that conversation with your child, when do you feel it's going to be the right time, or perhaps it's already happened? When do you think, and how important is it that parents of color sit their children down and just explain the raw facts of what it's like to be a person of color in this country today?
I would say as soon as possible. I know she's 3 right now, but I would say I'll probably want to sit down and maybe another year or 2 at a conversation with her where she can actually just say, hey, what is this about? Or what do you mean by this? Or why do you say that? You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to still protect her innocence for as long as possible. but more importantly, preserve that childhood. Far too long, us as kids, we were sometimes thrusted into adult roles much earlier than we should have been. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't want to sit up here and do that to my child. I want her to sit up here and have fun, love life, love playing, love doing everything that she wants to do. But soon I'm going to have the conversation with probably a year or 2, maybe 3. I want to be able to still keep that innocence intact while also developing the framework and the mindset of the awareness of the world, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes plenty of sense. And the reason I ask that is because, little ones, they start interacting, they have play dates, they go to preschool earlier and earlier now.
Yeah,
and,
true.
I remember, I'll never forget, I think I was 19 years old when a little Caucasian boy walked up to me in a Walmart, and we were in line, but the mother was paying attention at, putting her stuff on the counter, and he was just looking, and it started down at my feet and was looking up, and then he just reached out and touched my hand and rubbed it like this, and then his eyes got big, and he looked at his finger and he went, this really happened, ran over to his mom, and he goes, Mom, it didn't come off. He said, Mom, it didn't come off. And it was a very awkward moment, but that's the thing, that's the experience for me that makes me ask that question, because he looked to be about 3 or 4, and he was just so innocent. Of course I'm not going to get upset about it.
Right.
Mother and I looked at each other, and the look that we shared was, I could see in her eyes, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. And I could also see her think, oh my goodness, I never thought that I was going to have this conversation.
Yeah,
here it is. So, do you feel? Let's just say this: if the conversation needed to happen today, and she's sitting across from you, and you're like, Chase, right?
Yes.
So, Daddy wants to talk to you about something. How does that sound? Have you thought about it?
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I haven't. I really haven't. um, I really haven't, and I'm so glad you said that. I guess I need to start having more awareness in that area. You know what I mean? And I'm okay, and it's okay. I can humbly admit, being a brand new parent in this world and everything else like
Sure.
that. You know what I'm saying? So no,
Well,
I really haven't, man. Sometimes I guess I could, being transparent, I guess you could say I'm nervous. I had a conversation with her. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want her to be like shell shocked going out into the
mhm.
world. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Isn't it a tough thing? And I
It
don't
is.
have to deal with it, but I
Yeah.
can't even imagine. Right, right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I know when that time does come, you're going to do the right thing,
Of course.
all of our prayers and light and love go out to you and your family. Let
Okay.
me ask you this. Let's
Sure.
talk about this gaming opportunity or
All
platform.
right.
Well, I love it that you use. I have friends who do that, wear those little things, and they're talking to people all over the world and playing
Yeah.
interactively and whatnot. And
Yeah.
they just sit in there. And I even have a friend who has a show on YouTube
Mhm.
where you see him up in the corner and watch the game on the screen.
Yeah.
So, how do you interject your positivity or your motivational platform inside of a gaming platform, and why?
Well, why? Here's the biggest reason why. During the pandemic, everybody's forced to stay home, but everybody's forced to stay home. They have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, watching videos on different things is like one of the biggest things that were like out there. And as a gamer, I know for a fact that there are like millions, if not billions, of other gamers out there just watching different videos as well. It doesn't even matter what age you are. And so I was doing a series on Resident Evil 3. It's on my YouTube channel right now. And I was just being myself. Hey Patrick, good morning, brother. I was just being myself.
Patrick.
Yes, sir. Just being myself, just having those aha moments. I was like, oh, wow, this is so crazy. But I always wrap up my videos with like a minute left by interjecting something positive into people. You know what I'm saying? And my videos are like maybe 13, 18 minutes long. So it's really not long. Yes, Resident Evil for the win, baby. um,
Okay.
and the reason why I do that is because if you're going to watch all the way to the end, you might as well gain value while you're watching the video instead of just watching somebody else play. Does that make sense? And so that's when I realized, I'm like, you know what? I can legitimately combine the two and not miss a beat. And I can still enjoy what I'm doing and still also move and flow in my passion at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Because you never know who you can inspire. You never know who you can empower or impact. And
Give us an example of what you're at the end of a game or whatever.
mm,
And so you're like, I guess it's like a Jerry Springer thought, final moment,
ha!
right? You close with it, right? Am I?
I do.
So what's some of the stuff you spit out there?
Okay, well, I'll go off my last video because I had to stop for a while, real life stuff happening, and I had to get a new laptop, which I have, thank God. So I'm getting back into it real soon. But I was talking about how Amun Aubrey, if I'm saying his name correctly, please correct me if I'm not.
I think that's right. Better
How
than
he
I
was,
can do.
how he was gunned down while he was, going for just an innocent stroll or innocent jog throughout his neighborhood, and that actually triggered that memory of me being held up at gunpoint by the police, and I
Yeah.
was also held up at gunpoint again, maybe a few years later, and and so I was like, you know what? Maybe if I talk about it, then maybe I can have that feeling subside. But more importantly, maybe somebody can gain a benefit from that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not thinking about myself at that moment. I'm thinking about somebody else. Because
Uh,
there's a lot of stories that are untold, that are untouched, that are untalked about.
that's
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Right. The most
And
important
the more
conversations usually.
exactly, and the more you hold it in, the more it eats away at you on the inside. I didn't want that. I didn't want that. So I wrapped up. It was like I was very into the game, and I talked about it, and I just said, hey, you know what I'm saying? This actually brought up a memory for me when I was held up at gunpoint, and I just want to sit there for say, look, my heart goes out to them. And don't be afraid to live your life. Don't be afraid to just be you. Don't be afraid to go out there and do the things that you want to do and that you love to do. Don't be
Right.
afraid to do so. You know what I'm saying? There's only one you. Like there will never be another Lauren. There'll never be another Linwood. There'll never be another Chase. There'll never be another Jason, Patrick, whoever's watching, so on and so forth. There's only one you. Go out there and be you. Go out there and be great. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when I knew right then and there. I was like, you know what? I can make this work. I can actually do this. There's nobody doing this.
Right.
Now, of course, you know, some people like, you're a motivational speaker and you're a gamer. I don't think that's going to work. And I think you need to touch on this. No, when you're called to do something, you don't worry about what somebody else is thinking or saying. You go out there, you answer the call. Most people don't answer the call until it goes to voicemail. Don't let it go to voicemail. Pick up that phone and say, hey, I am ready. It doesn't even matter where you are in your life. I am ready. You may not even feel like you're worthy. I am ready. It doesn't even feel like you may not be ready. I am ready. You may not feel like you can balance it with 15 billion different things going on. I am ready. Tell that to yourself right here, right now. I am ready for my passion, my calling. Take a leap of faith. Have that childlike faith and go out there and just step into it. Don't lean into it. Don't sit there and be torn water. No, dive in head first. Your body will adjust to the temperature of the water the longer you're in there. And then next thing you know, your body will be so warmed up and so fired up, you're actually enjoying swimming. You're actually enjoying swimming in that ocean of what's been made out just for you. Seriously. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Oof. Where's my church fan? Way over there. First I was cold. Now with the chills, and now I'm hot.
Gosh.
Okay. Now that's what we call an anointing. There it is. I knew it was gonna come out. I knew it was gonna come out. And I'm telling you what, there it is. There it is. I see it now. I know exactly why Jason said you need to get at this young man. I see it. I see it.
I'm honored, man. Thank you.
Well, let me tell you.
I'm honored, seriously.
That's right. That's right. You. There it is. There's that ooey gooey chewy center of your purpose right there. You're gonna change a lot of lives. I'm telling it here. You're gonna change a lot of lives. I want to know, what kind of response do you get, if any, from the fellow gamers when you spit this out and put it out there? Are they looking at it like, what's that? Or what are you getting back in return? What's the feed like?
A lot of positive feedback, actually. I've had a lot of people say, you know what, that's dope, man. I'm gonna definitely tune in. You know, keep me updated, keep us updated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in a room with a few of my gaming buddies that I met actually through Clubhouse. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Okay.
And him, you know, one of the dudes, we connect on Instagram. You know, we talk back and forth about the games that we're playing.
Sure.
And he actually showed up to my room a few times, and he actually spoke. And he actually hit me up afterwards. He was like, bro, I love your room. I love the energy. You're going to do amazing things with this, man. Keep it up. That's only more confirmation for me of me being on the path of what I'm meant to do, you know?
Speaking of what you're meant to do in that path. So what can we do? You're just getting started, but what you're starting has been with you from the very beginning.
Yeah.
You've just grown and you've earned and learned your way into this moment. So what could we do, or the people watching or who will watch, to help support what LENWOOD COCHRAN Jr. feels his calling is? What can we do to support you?
Man, prayer, you know, spoken word, speak over it. And not just over my situation, but yours. You know, I can't gain any. The only thing I'm able to gain is, you know, God's grace and mercy. That's it, pretty much. You know, but the best way you can support me is to believe in yourself. Love yourself.
Then what makes a good father?
Woo! Oh man. Well, this is just me, my personal perspective. Fresh, 3 years fresh into it. Okay. Having that confidence in yourself. You know, you have a mini me now that's looking at you, and you're going to be the first male figure, boy or girl, that they're going to look at. You know, loving yourself. You know, that's the best thing I can say. You know, because I think we've gotten away from the action of the phrase, our children are the future. I think we've gotten away from that. And
of the phrase.
We've gotten away from that. We've gotten away from that. And if you remember how it was back in the 90s, we have all these, like, you know, like dare programs, going to like different, you know, looking up like people that we look up to, people that inspire us, you know, those shows that promoted family, that promoted like learning, that promote, you know, just those type of shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up, look, if anybody out there remembers the Puzzle Place, that was my era. Okay. the puzzle place. It was a '90s show.
Oh,
It was a '90s show.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
You got to
90s
stay
show.
with 90s because I was around for both of them, 18 and 19.
I'm gonna say the early mid '90s.
At all, huh?
Early mid '90s. I'm gonna say the early mid '90s.
Okay.
Early mid '90s. I loved it, man. And it's another show. I'm pretty. I saw it. I was watching this back when I was in Cleveland. It's called Here's How, and they will take you through like how things are built in like factories. So like, they'll show you how a glass jar is made. They'll show you how honey is being produced. They'll show you how milk is processed. It'll show you how sugar is made. It'll show you how windows made. You know, so on and so forth. Like those are shows that we're lacking on here. You know what I'm saying? Because from those, a kid could be like, you know, I want to make that. I want to try that. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe pottery classes. I don't know if they still do them anymore, but you really hear about them. You know
My
what I'm
husband
saying?
went to one like 4 months ago and made a gnome. It's sitting over there right now.
Nice,
I tried to
nice.
get me to go. I was like, what? If we ain't filming the remake of Ghost, then we just couldn't do that thing. I ain't interested. Right. That's what I said. So, but okay, go ahead. Finish that thought. And I got another.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. But self-care as well. You know, because what you do, they're going to emulate. And what you say, they're going to emulate.
So you've seen her. I love it when they do this. When you can tell they analyzing you.
They are. Yeah. And you know what? Funny story. I'm gonna let you continue this funny story. I was my brothers and my cousins sent me this push-up challenge. So you have to record these doing like maybe 20 push-ups straight, nonstop. She would jump in the camera and just derail my entire process. And I loved it. But here's what got me the most. I was doing push-ups one day, and she actually got down there and did 3 with me.
She did.
She did. And that's what it hit me hard when that happened. I was like,
she's watching.
Damn, she's watching me. She's watching my every move. Like when I sit down and play video games, she's right there with me. Either in between my legs, trying to hold the controller, or she's sitting down next to me looking at the screen.
Now, that's a good point. That was my next question. Because you're so, I know you gamers. I got nephews that do it. And I mean, and they be at their house, you know, I'll call them, what's up, Uncle? You know,
right.
I'm like, and they can do all these things.
Yep.
And they're talking to somebody else in Australia or someplace. So anyway,
yep.
When it comes to your daughter, let's talk screen time. Let's talk.
Sure.
Because all of them, I see little ones in restaurants and stuff. They look like they're 18 months old, sitting up there working some kind of device. And I know little ones that go over to their mom, know how to get in, know the passcodes, all kind of stuff. I'd be in there downloading stuff, all kind of stuff. Now, I told you to quit downloading these games on my phone. I'm like,
right.
Free.
And charging $10,000 for Robux. I'm like, no, we ain't finna do that.
So how are you incorporating the device element into your daughter's world, and also at the same time keeping that sacred space of eye to eye, heart to heart, soul to soul conversation between parent child, and not leaving it to the device to take care of all those things? How are you is she already savvy on any kind of a device at 3?
Well, yeah, my iPhone for sure, because I have YouTube Kids downloaded on my phone. And I'll say, hey, Chai, well, her nickname is Chai. I say, hey, Chai, you want daddy's phone? She's like, yes. So I sit down, I open the app, and then she'll just scroll through the different videos that she likes, and she'll press a video, watch it for a few seconds, press another video, watch it for a few seconds, and then if I get notifications, she'll swipe up on them.
Get out of my way.
She'll definitely do that, yeah. And I actually call her, I guess you could call it my dad hearing, but I remember hearing her YouTube Kids, and I heard Clubhouse at the same time. I'm like, no. We got to click off of this. I heard them both at the same time going on. But I want to say balance, because we live in a technological era. There's no way around it.
That's what I was going to say. They have to be able to do all this, because
it's a balance.
Day, you know what I'm saying? Their jobs are going to be contingent on, right. You're absolutely right. So do you ever, have you and Chase's mom, have you guys talked about, because there's such thing as social media etiquette, and I don't think enough parents talk to their kids about it. You know, I've done some workshops with inner city parents and kids about social media etiquette, how to ascertain what's safe, what isn't, how to, you know, all those protective things that are necessary. So in just closing, Where do you go to get the right info, if you will, about how to do this thing with a little one like yours in this age where they need this technology, they need it early, they need to get in there and make it a part of who they are, but you also need to be able to tell them how to do it and how to monitor it in a safe way. So that's a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, we reach out to other parents because they experienced it far before we did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna frame this around the old saying: "It takes a village. It takes a village to raise a child." You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so we have those resources available to us. So we were like, okay, well, let's talk to our friend about this because you know what I'm saying they have a 9-year-old, soon to be 10-year-old boy, and we want to know how did you incorporate technology while also maintaining that balance of just not overdoing it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or we're gonna talk to a friend of ours who has like 4 kids, and they all on some type of device, but they're also outside playing, running around. They're actually in their room playing with their toys, using their imagination still. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. LENWOOD, 1 year. Let's time travel if we can.
Sure.
Everybody close your eyes. I'm kidding. LENWOOD, you close your eyes. Where do you see the LENWOOD that is there sitting right now 1 year from today? Where would you like him to be sitting 1 year from today?
Right across from Les Brown, having a good conversation.
Oh, I think either Jason and I can make that possible.
There it is.
He's in this phone.
There you go.
So why Les Brown?
I feel as though I can relate to him on some levels. And well, he's very relatable, number one. But number two, I like the way how he delivers what he's talking about in the form of a story.
It's story. That's right. That's right.
In story format. And one quote that really stuck out to me because, I'm not intentionally looking for stuff, but, sometimes things just hit you in the face. You're like, oh, yo, I needed this. He was actually on Clubhouse. This happened like maybe a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he was wrapping up a room. And I was at work, so I really couldn't really pay attention because I'm like my attention all over the place. But that one quote that he said stuck out to me. He says, it's not what you leave behind for your children, but what you leave in your children that makes a difference.
Yeah.
And so from that, I was like, damn, there it is.
So is Les your favorite motivational speaker?
Correct.
Oh, and are you on his show right now?
No, I'm not. I want to.
Exactly. Bye-bye. Now, maybe he wants to rethink that answer. Let's try this again. Is he who's your favorite speaker?
Les Brown.
Bye-bye. I'm just kidding. Third time's a charm. No pressure. Let me change here. Now, there's a clue on the screen. Who's your favorite speaker?
I am.
You know what? I'll see you backstage. That's what we're going to do. Jason is in that room with you whispering. Is he sending you messages on your phone telling you to say this stuff? It sounds like a Jasonism. I'm kidding. I'm just playing with you. Les is my favorite speaker as well.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And we're going to do something to get you connected with him because I think you've got a great future. I know you've got a great future. And I definitely can't wait to see where you take all of this great shine that you have. I am anxious to see when we go in the green room. I want you to grab a picture of Princess because I just got to see.
Sure. She's actually on my phone, as a matter of fact.
I want to see her because I know she's as cute as can be. LENWOOD, I know that this is your first time sharing your story with the world, but I know it is far from the last time. I feel it is an honor. I'm grateful to my good friend and our mutual friend, Jason Cisneros, for connecting us and for you.
Shout out to Jason. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be calling Jason. Don't forget we have a 9:15 call, so don't go anywhere.
Ooh.
And LENWOOD, keep doing what you're doing. If there's anything at all that I can do, I'm going to keep my ear and my heart to the ground for opportunities for you. And anything you need from me, all you do is ask, and I will provide it if I can. That's a promise from me to you.
Most definitely, man. I want to say thank you so much for taking time to, put this together and having me on your show, man. It's an honor. I really do appreciate it.
It was
and I'm looking forward to coming back on here, honestly.
There you
Look
go.
forward to it.
See how smart he's smart too, y'all. Okay, Linwood, thank you so much. You guys, guess what? Tomorrow, my guest, she's back. She's been on one humdinger of a mission since last year when you last saw her here. I'm speaking of our good friend and light worker, Jade Phoenix. You might remember
Awesome.
for a couple of years, she came every month to enlighten us through the world of light working. She's now relocated from Chicago to Phoenix, Arizona, and is going to catch us up on why the move and what's happening in her world. That's tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central. I'll meet you all out on the front porch. And Linwood, God bless you. I'll see you in the clubhouse rooms and all over this universe. I love you. I love you. And I'm excited to watch where you go. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Love you all. Y'all take care. Have a great day.
Absolutely. Take care, Linwood. You guys, I want to say goodbye to you. Get out there. Show your soul to someone. Ask them to show their soul to you. Remember, all we need to do is every situation and every person that we encounter on a daily basis, make it your daily mission to leave at least one thing in this world better than the way you find it. And guess what? That one thing could be the very person looking back at you first thing in the morning or last thing at night. Don't forget yourself in this equation called life. I'm Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'll see you all, God willing, tomorrow for our next episode of Bathrobe Moments. Bye-bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it?